Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Sorry, folks, we're a couple minutes late. We're trying to get Wimkin up, but it did not work. So we are going to be without Wimkin tonight. I'm so sorry. I hate that. I hate doing that to people, but
it's been having issues as far as slow chat. Yeah. Like it's been taking like a minute to post what you type.
Yeah.
Too. Maybe you need to call Jace.
Maybe you need to call Jace. So why don't you send him some feedback? You spent a lot of time on there, and just say, hey, here's what I'm seeing, and see what he says. But I'm sorry tonight, folks. There's nothing I can do. We can't go back. So if you would do me a favor, if you're on Wimkin, please go over there and let them know. Liv, maybe you could post on my page.
Okay.
Can you do that real quick and see if you can do it? If you can't, let me know.
Let me see.
And give them the link, tap go. And we can go from there. And I will go ahead and get Facebook out here. Welcome to the Donut Friendly Show. Leroy's in the house tonight.
What's up?
Got a good show tonight. We're going to be talking about a couple things. Good video from Eli Crane about transgender pets. Transgender pets, yeah.
It's a thing.
Hold on a second. I just got a strike. No, it's not me. CY. It's in review. Okay, yeah, it's not me. One of my members got a strike. It has nothing to do with me. Sorry, folks. Yeah, you know, these things happen. We're going to be live. We got Eli Crane, trans pets. Ilhan Omar, is she a traitor? After what you hear, you might think so. Maine Nutter and MAGA starts shooting cops. It's a big one. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
Hi, Matthew. It's Judge Janine, and I wanted to congratulate you on the Don't Unfriend Me show at the Dumb Show. I was thinking about that whole thing the other day when I thought it was right after Donald Trump was elected that everybody on the left started unfriending anyone on the right. So I'm glad you're calling them out. You've got a great name for the show, and I hope that you're true to the values, conservative values, Republican values, and that you call those people out. I think it's great, and I know you've got 135,000 followers. I hope you get a lot more, and just keep the faith, keep fighting. I think we may get America back, but in the meantime, we've got a steep hill to climb. And you're one of the fighters, one of the patriots. So thank you for what you're doing.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What's going on, everybody? In the middle is Olivia, and all the way to the end is Leroy. And the cat is here, too. Everybody's here. Liv, what's wrong? You've got a poo-poo face.
No, I was just reading a text.
Is it Bobby?
Yes.
How's Bobby?
Good.
Good. Sorry, Wimkin people. We tried to get on tonight, but we promise you we will be back tomorrow. It happens sometimes. We have a new show goal tonight. $300 is what we're looking for. We've added a member to the family. And we have a feeling this dog is going to be expensive. This is Ash.
Oh, he is so cute.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Ash is adorable.
You need to come snuggle with that in 6 weeks.
Yeah, you do, buddy.
5.
Yeah. She looks like she has an Ash Wednesday cross on her in her center forehead. So Ash was a kind of a name we all had, but she picked up the name Ash. Today, as she was waiting for mom, she decided to go ahead and start barking. So today, this is what we worked on. We worked on her notifying us when she needs to go to the bathroom, which doors to go to.
She's so smart.
We figured she didn't know how to navigate stairs. She was Yenny.
I think she wants.
I've been loving Yenny all damn day. Like, I have been including this cat. Her and the dog get along like
they do.
Brother and sister. They don't fight. The dog barks at her, and she just stands there and like, screw you. It's like, this is a dream come true. This dog is perfect. She didn't know how to get up and down stairs. She was terrified, and so I finally I trained her. And Olivia went up there, and and now she's running up and down stairs. She learned fetch today, and went after the ball. Then so she took her 3 times to learn fetch. 3 times. Very, very smart dog. She's on a schedule. She's sleeping. She peed in the house twice. But one of them was Ethan's fault. And then the other one, it was on the deck. So she's doing great. Great dog. She's amazing. Here's a quick video. Awesome. Oh, hold on. You're the one in the picture. Hold on a second. Let me switch this. See if okay, I can do it like this. So she was sitting downstairs with me. We're chilling right before my workout I was just reading online. But on this speaker, it's a high gloss piano glass shine, so she could see her own face. And she was freaking out. You're the one in the picture. What are you doing? Hey, stop chewing that. Stop barking at yourself. She sees her reflection in the speaker, and she thinks it's funny. Where's your ball? See, there's Yenny. Sharing the ball with the kitty? Yenny's just chilling. She gave her ball to the kitty. So anyway, she's doing great, and the dog is awesome, and we've received several donations for the dog, and we will be putting those to good use with toys this weekend, and we appreciate you very much. So thank you, everybody, for the help. So go ahead, Leroy.
Good. Quick question. Does the dog have a social media account yet? And number 2 is, do you guys still have the bearded dragon?
Still have the bearded dragon. Bearded dragon's amazing. You're going to love the bearded dragon. Yeah, bearded dragon's just freaking the coolest thing in the world. And we have some other pets that I forgot to mention. Here's one of my Canadian, my Montreal, Quebec Canadian stalkers who hates me and says that Donald Trump is a horrible human being. Here's another one of them who got into a conversation with me. These are great people, and they're the gift that keeps on giving. Here's a third one. This guy called me a maggot, and he said to me, "Hey, somebody stupid just entered the chat," and I said, "Hey, somebody who rebukes salad entered the chat," and he got very upset and said that I was a horrible human being. Why should I? Here's another one of my Canadian fellows.
No, he's a handsome fella.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of new pets, and they are fantastic. This guy,
Viking thing, right?
yeah, and then this is the one that said your boyfriend. You know, why don't you go stroke your boyfriend? And this is my boyfriend. I did the meme, and then I took a picture of his wife, and I said your horse. He blocked me.
He didn't like that very much.
Yeah.
I have increased my repertoire and my overall impact. It used to be liberal sites like Occupy Democrats. They don't fuck with me anymore. They used to. Then they just learn their lesson, and they're just like, this guy is going to try just literally destroy us, wreck us, or if we say something really stupid, he's going to block us. So let's not go and give him any love. So, but Canada is a fresh country. Like I haven't, like most of I have a lot of conservatives. Like 16% of my listenership is in Canada. That's crazy. And so I haven't really touched on the lefties, but holy shit, I really pissed them off. And by celebrating the tariffs, they got mad at me. So I got a bunch of Ontario and Toronto liberals up in Canada that don't like me. I'm excited. So 2 things before we start. Constitution of the United States of America. You will see us break this out throughout the show. And people follow along. We've sold quite a few of these. And I'm telling you, they're over at thedumbshow.com. Beautiful inlay. Leather. They are from Arcadia Book Publishing, Applewood Books, which do all of the Library of Congress, Washington, D.C., the Mall of America, or not, the mall, what's it called? Whatever the mall is down there. It's not the Mall of America, but I don't know. Whatever. That's where it's at. Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration. Leroy has right in front of him. This is a full size. It's 9x6, 144 pages. Beautiful print. It's got the biographies in the back of all the framers, along with all the amendments. And it's the full Constitution. And we reference this all the time. And it's kind of nice to follow along with the show. Last but not least, thedumbshow.com/donate. Facebook took all of our money away. We don't have any more. They stole it from us. They owe us over $250,000 in lost revenue from ads. We added it up, and that's what we would have made upon average for the last year and a half. You guys have been filling the void for the last 11 months. We have not missed a donation night yet, and I don't expect to miss it tonight. So thank you, and you can go to thedumbshow.com/donate. Leroy, you got anything before we start?
Yeah, quick question for the people who are losing their minds up in Canada. Right, if anybody is on right now and they happen to live in Canada, and you happen to be one of the haters, or maybe you're just one of the lovers, and maybe you want to get the message out. I have a question. CNN has been telling me for the last 8 years that the customer pays when tariffs are imposed. So if there are any tariffs that are imposed from the United States on Canadian goods, that really it's the person on this end who really pays for that tariff. So why do you care? Why do you care if you guys get a tariff?
They get really what they're upset about is they say, I'm like, the tariffs worked. And they say, no, they didn't. He got the exact same deal. And I said, well, except for one thing. Leroy, you're an intelligent human being. Can you tell me what a SMART goal is? What the acronym for SMART in a SMART goal?
Oh crap! I used to know this one.
It's okay.
It was in the measurable, attainable.
Okay, just give me the last one, which is the most important in the whole thing. The T.
I don't remember the T, man. I'm sorry. Time. Okay. Timely.
Timely or time bound. So without something that has a beginning, middle, and end, it's just paper. Like China, they have a constitution of the United States. That's where it ends. They're bound by no legal ramifications if they do not fulfill what's in their constitution. So it's on paper. Right. That's great. So when Trudeau and the Mexican president promised 10 to 15,000 troops in the southern border, and Trudeau promised all these things except for the border czar, he offered about 12 different things, including money, including having heightened technology, all of these types. Mm-hmm. None of it took place. It was back in December. We know Biden got those concessions, but it's a concession. There was no time frame. So what Donald Trump did is he slapped and threatened to slap tariffs. The Mexican president and Trudeau have 30 days to do this, or the tariffs go back on. So for anyone to say that Trump didn't get anything, he did. He got a time commitment to when it would be done. And the only thing out of all those things promised by the Mexican president or Justin Trudeau was flagpoling. That's it. Flagpoling is an immigration term. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, it has to do with international people overstaying their international stays.
Right.
That's it. That's the only thing he did. So now he's on record. Donald Trump got a win because he got him to dedicate to a time frame. And that's the change. But of course, they don't see that. They don't see that as a win. The fact that Trudeau and the Mexican president even said anything, even addressed it, shows that the tariffs worked because it brought him to the table and to commit to a time frame. So listen, you guys can get all pissed off that you want, but the difference between us and you is that we understand our politics a lot more than Canadians do, is what I've realized. Like, you guys really don't know shit. You don't even know your own system. I know your system. It seems better than you do because I listen to my Canadian people who come on the show and teach me, and I can be a student. Okay, that's number one. And bless you. And number two, the other thing we know is that hockey is now an American sport.
Oh, absolutely.
You haven't won shit in 32 years, and we just fucking destroyed you in the Junior Olympics, or the Junior Worlds, and Olympics are next. So. Welcome.
Oh, the four countries.
Yeah,
coming out.
4 nations.
4 nations.
Yeah, United States is favored for 4 nations. So that's what it's all about. Okay, that's what it's all about. Anyway, we got a big show for you tonight. We got a lot of people on. It's great to see. It's nice. If you have not had a chance to share this on Twitter, please do. I think we're going to get into. Well, someone was asking about Catherine Rumler. And saying, "Hey, Matt, Catherine Rumler, I think she was like Obama's legal head counsel for the White House legal counsel,
right?"
And people are asking why her name keeps coming up. I have no idea. I have no idea. So we'll find out. Maybe Trump is going to appoint her. I don't know. I'll look into it. But that's it. All right. So let's go. We got a lot to do tonight. What are we going to start off with? Let's see. I'm going to let Leroy pick. Oh, Olivia hasn't been here in a couple nights. Olivia, you get to pick. Maine Nutter isn't MAGA. Eli Crane reveals trans pets. Katt Williams cooks. This is good. Ilhan Omar Traitor? Question mark. And emotional damage.
Let's go with that one. The emotional
damage?
Yeah. Let me see if we can. Do I have it?
Ethan does that so well.
I don't. Oh, here we go.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, we got that. All right, so we'll do some emotional damage, I guess is what we'll start. We're going to mix up the blocks a little bit, though. That's the unfortunate part.
Or just do it from the beginning. I don't know.
No, I'm going to show you two. And here we go. We can have a great conversation about it. So, we'll flip the blocks. Okay. We're going to start with F block during the A block, and everyone will get the point. Whatever. We're doing. You know what? No, we can't do that. We'll show the F block, because the reason why we do this is so when people are replaying the video, they can look at the topics and go, I don't care about that shit. I want to go hear about emotional damage. Now they can see it. Here's your video. First of all, Donald Trump wrote an executive order when it came to women and men playing in the opposite sex sports. Did you guys hear about this?
I did.
Olivia, your thoughts on this?
I don't think I heard about it.
You didn't hear about Donald Trump writing an executive order to go ahead and ban?
Gotcha. Yes.
See, that was me watching you, knowing you weren't paying attention. And I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep doing it because you asked me to. Well,
I still have to say hi to people in chat. And when people ask me a question about the show, I'm going to answer it. And somebody asked me about the block, so I was answering it.
They asked you about the blick?
They asked, is this A block? So I was going to let them know what was going on.
Did they say Abe block?
Yes.
Abe Lincoln.
When you say A block and B block, I think I'm going to prison. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
listen,
I'm uncomfortable.
If you can't, these are studio
I have emotional distress.
These are studio terms. If you can't get behind this, I don't know what to tell you. We are official now. We're very, very important people, and we have different blocks and segments. It just means segment. Block means picking a round number to go ahead and fill the hour. In our case, 2 hours. Okay, great. Here we go. So, Leah Thomas. Does everyone know who Leah Thomas is?
Yeah.
Is the actress?
No, she was the swimmer.
It's Leah Thompson.
Oh.
Go ahead, Leroy.
Yeah, this is the swimmer who was a dude dressed up in a female bikini or a female swimsuit competing against women and was ranked like 23rd or maybe it was 123 in the nation. And all of a sudden, dude joins and is just crushing all of these poor young ladies in their own sport.
Amy Bordeaux says, "Oh, suddenly the blocks make sense. It's set in quicker than the roulette wheel for me." Whatever.
I think we're all a little confused on the web.
I don't think all of us. I think the women are. No offense.
That's sexist.
That's sexist. It totally horribly sexist. Anyway, so he's absolutely right, Leroy. Congratulations. You get a little doggy treat since I've been handing these out all day. There you go. You can go ahead. Just good boy. Good boy.
Thank you,
Leroy.
Thank you.
And scratch behind the ears.
Yes. So let's go ahead and watch this video. This is UPenn alum and very, very upset. Watch this.
My name is Leah Thomas. I'm a transgender woman, a former college swimmer, and the first trans athlete to be named Division I NCAA champion. I started swimming when I was 5 years old, and it has taught me so much.
No, I'm not changing the name to section. The name is block because that is the studio standard. This is standard. We are professional.
It has given me so many opportunities to learn, grow, develop, and connect with my peers. Opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't have access to athletics. That's why it breaks my heart to see trans kids across the country lose out on these opportunities. The Department of Education has proposed a new rule for Title IX regarding transgender athletes. This rule would prohibit blanket bans on transgender kids, especially in grades K through 8. However, it would not prohibit discrimination against trans kids in the high school and college levels.
Daniel Jackson said, ouch, to the woman coming. Daniel, you're going to have to get used to this show. We're all family here, and we bust nuts and chops, and we have a good time. So don't take it too personal, Daniel. Everyone gets hit. It's all about the love. Like Leah Thompson here, that Olivia, she started in Breakfast Club or some shit.
Guys of competitive fairness.
No, Back to the Future, sorry.
This rule is a good start. However, it is not enough. During this time of intense anti-trans backlash, the trans community needs explicit protections from discrimination in order to live our lives freely and equally. Luckily, this rule is not final. We have a 30-day period to urge the Biden administration to amend the rule and grant equal protection for all transgender kids, because all trans kids deserve the opportunity to compete and play in the sports they love without compromising who they are. Join me in commenting.
Without compromising.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
Who they are. Right. Again? Compromising again? Like for a second time? Because you've already done it once.
On this proposed rule.
If you can't accept who you are, how do you expect us to? Seriously.
And demanding equal protection for all transgender athletes.
I'm just all gummed up inside that he's frustrated and feels segregated against and whatever. Liv, go ahead.
The Biden administration is no longer in power. So is he in the thought process that this was an unfair election and that Biden is technically still the president and Trump is not? Is that where he's going? Because apparently he thinks Biden's going to come in and save the day. Pretty much, yep. But oh, that was still going.
Still that time.
Still going.
It's okay, buddy. Hang in. Let it out. All right. Thank you.
But the other thing is, this is not telling trans kids that they can't play in sports. They just have to play in the sport that they are biologically born as. And just because you sucked at swimming as a guy doesn't mean, I think she needs some love, doesn't mean that you get to come over and just destroy all these women. I mean, it's not fair. You say you've been swimming since you were 5 and that you are losing out on opportunities. Well, what about these women who have been swimming since they are 2 or 3 and they have swam their whole lives and they've gone through and they are at the top of their game. Right. And then all of a sudden they have to swim against a biological man and they lose by 15 seconds because they're swimming against a man. Right. That is not fair.
And when they're done swimming, all they have to look forward to is cooking for a man. and give them their time in the spotlight. This
Oh
is
my
horrible.
God, you're a dick.
Well, so
But just quit your bitching.
look at the wingspan of this guy. Did you see those shoulders?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some broad shoulders, but this guy looks like he could go ahead and carry me. Go ahead, Leroy.
Oh yeah, he looks like a fucking bald eagle. Now, hey, if you would do me a favor, if you could replay his video from the beginning, and I'll tell you where to stop, because
Sure,
there's something that really subtle that I want to pick up on.
Is it the Adam's apple?
No, not that.
My name is Leah Thomas. I'm a transgender woman, a former college swimmer, and the first trans athlete to be named Division I NCAA champion. I started swimming when I was 5 years old, and it has taught me so much. It has given me so many opportunities to learn, grow, develop, and connect with my peers. Opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't have access to athletics.
Okay.
Right there. And he even references this later on. I looked it up. The Cambridge Dictionary definition of peers: a person of the same age, the same social position, or having the same abilities. Do you have the same abilities as the female athletes that you are competed against?
Right.
It's a fair question, because by your own definition, if we're talking about your competition with your fellow peers, right, then I'm saying you do not have the same abilities. You just admitted in your own English language that you do not belong with that group. Sorry.
But this isn't hard. Listen, here's the argument. Ready? Let me give you an example. Okay. So during the Dust Bowl period, what was one of the main reasons we lost crops? Anyone tell me? I want you to take a second. And first of all, why did we have the Dust Bowl? And second, why has it not replicated itself again? How come there hasn't been a second Dust Bowl?
Donald Trump.
Come on.
I don't know.
I don't know much about it, so I couldn't really tell you.
Let's pontificate and let's. Oh, Amy Bordeaux, bone.
Thank you, Amy.
Bone money.
I know, bone money. I always like bone money. Yeah, she said bone. Yeah.
Oh, God, of course.
I got
the bone to me. I'm thinking they mean the bomber.
I'm gonna put her bone in my corneal
Bungholio. It's Bungholio.
Bungholio, corleo, whatever. Yeah. So why did the Dust Bowl take place?
I don't remember the circumstances behind it, but I mean,
then let's have the conversation.
I would assume there was a drought.
Okay, so drought. Yes, drought is a huge part of that. There was a big drought, but we've had droughts since then, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had southern airstream come up like El Nino and dry out before. So why no another Dust Bowl? What are some other reasons why we don't have a Dust Bowl?
Again, speculation, but I would have to assume that the advancements in agriculture, specifically in irrigation, have played a big part of that.
That is the only reason. Yeah, absolutely. Agriculture advancement and irrigation is a huge. We also have to look at it this way: is that a lot of farms will build against the back windbreak of cities, and that's why you'll see that's also it. But irrigation is a huge portion. Also, construction is a huge portion, but also reservoirs. And so during drought time, we can keep the soil moist, and it doesn't literally become this giant Habib that picks up giant amounts of dirt and like in Arizona and throws it across land. So did anyone else know that there was something else that took place during the Great Depression that wasn't just dust that hurt crops? Does anyone else know what it is?
During the Great Depression. But
Leroy is so smart. Leroy is very fucking smart. I wouldn't have Leroy on the show if he wasn't smart. He's wicked smart. Yes. What else happened that affected crops?
My penis can only get so hard.
That's not true. We know that's not true.
What else happened during the Great Depression?
What happened in the Great Depression that impacted crops? And we understand potatoes. What's that?
Gas.
Yeah, but not so much. So I'll just give it to you. Locusts.
Oh.
massive amount of, and these are above ground crops where potatoes, carrots, things to that effect came later. Radishes, et cetera, were impacted by the no water. But above ground crops, everything from cotton to corn to even any type of pecans or almonds on trees, whatever, locusts ran rampant. And the interesting thing is that there were signs in the Midwest that there were groups of locusts that were very, very small. And these hives and swarms of locusts were not very large, in the hundreds to 200s. And several towns had the capability to address these very small 100 to 200 hives, swarms, before they started repopulating. And it would have cost an investment to do so, but they decided not to. And by turning down the eradication of these very small yet prominent locusts, they multiplied. And now, still to this day, the United States has a brood of locusts that absolutely comes in from South America and Cuba and other countries in Havana that have come up with coffee and with other types of imports and have now literally eradicated, before the Great Depression, tons of crops because nobody took action. Now, real quick, we also did this in Colombia and in Cuba, is the CIA would drop planes of locusts, and we learned this from the Great Depression on how to impact Russian crops. Now, all the cocoa plants were being mixed in with the coffee, and the Colombian drug trade was taking place. Russia made a shit ton of money from that. So when we were going back and forth with Russia, one of the things we did was drop locusts in a lot of their larger harvests to play economic warfare. We picked this up from the Great Depression. But why it's important and what does it have to do with Leah Thompson from Back to the Future? It's pretty simple. Right now, the liberals are saying it's only 40. It's only 40 trans athletes who are playing in college level competition. This doesn't do anything. It's only 40 people. What's the big deal? I will tell you that there was a time that we had 100 to 200 locusts that eroded the very fabric of our country when it came to agricultural support and economy and feeding our country. Now, am I saying that transgender people are locusts? In not so many words, yes. Because in their eyes, they want to devour and remove an entire segment of people, their identity. They want to say that women are no longer women, that their advantage of being men has no impact on the performance and the overall results of the league. Because once you do that, what else will we take and consume? When you've eaten all the cotton plants, what's next? The corn? After that, the apple trees? And then eventually we're putting ourselves into a position where we're regressing through history and removing the rights of the largest demographic of people in the United States of America, which are women. They outnumber men. And it's something we need to think about. So yes, even at 40 in the collegiate level, that's fine with me to go ahead and take K through 12 and all other groups, including Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and everything else, and remove the intramural sports unless it is agreed upon at a non-competitive level. That's my opinion. Anybody else want to close out on this?
That whole time you were talking, and I was thinking about what you said with Leah Thompson, but that's not his name. And then I got it jumbled up in my head. The first quote that came to my mind was, "Hey, you, get your damn hands off him."
Hey, you, get your damn hands off of him. Hey, Biff.
It was her, but nobody can tell anymore.
No, we got it. You don't have to explain the joke. If you explain the joke, it ruins the joke.
Yeah,
that was a good joke. That was a good joke. Surprisingly enough, does not look like Leah Thomas. Doesn't look like Leah Thompson. Very, very big difference. But
Agreed.
But with that, with that emotional damage, there's another emotional damage, and we're going to wrap out the F block, and we're not changing the damn name ever. We're going to run around with our chinos around our freaking asses and go get 3-dot tattoos of the crazy life, man. F block, Holmes. San Quentin, cuz. This lady is Irish, and she decided to make her first video. And I can tell you she looks like a friend of ours named Brandy, if Brandy was 50 or 60. And
Thank you,
Kevster.
Kevster.
Happy birthday to you. Kev,
Happy birthday, Kevin.
We can sing happy birthday on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We should get Hayden in here.
Happy birthday, Mr. Kevin. Happy birthday to you.
It's going to be the best birthday thought you've ever had in your life.
You're right there.
Don't say that I can't.
Oh, that was awesome.
Okay, here we go. We're going to do, the lady from Ireland decides this was her first video. And she decided to do this by melting down over Donald Trump. Here it is.
Hello, World Talk. I've never done this before, spoken directly in.
Tom Shin says, Matt, we have monsoon dust storms in Arizona. Arabs have haboobs in the Middle East. It's the same thing. A haboob or a habib is the same thing. Come on, just because you got to understand, man, coming from the Gulf, and you go to Arizona, it's the first time you see it was in the Gulf. I adopted the name, but that's what it's called. You know that.
To the camera before, but I just wanted to come on here because I just wanted to say that I am a very lucky Irish woman. I'm an Irish woman that lives
Is
in
that because you have the luck of the Irish? You have a leprechaun who comes out of your ass?
It's such a beautiful part of the world, and everybody should really come here and visit at least once in their lives. It's stunning.
Here it comes.
Potato famine.
Everything, right? I was just gonna say, dude, don't even get me started. I was gonna totally hit. That was my joke, you dick. So you stole it. I was gonna crush it. I was going. Speaking of potato famine, so it looks like she gnawed all the roots in her little rabbit hole. Here's the other shoe, right? I think everyone should visit Ireland, except for this fucking MAGA.
Here, it's so wild. So natural, and has great whiskey, great rugby, great.
Here I'm going, oh my God, what a great. Go ahead.
She's talking about how natural everything is. I have to imagine she doesn't have a razor. We'll say that.
I'm pretty sure. But as there's like 14 IRA bagmen right behind her with AKs going, you better fucking tear the line, lass. I swear to God, we'll fucking fill you with hot lead.
Great history. Do you know who is not welcome to visit here?
Donald Trump supporters, let me guess.
Do you know whose tourist dollars we don't want?
Donald Trump supporters.
You'll take all the
If
dollars,
you're
lady.
a MAGA voter, if you voted Trump, if you wear that red hat symbol of hate, you're not welcome here. Do you know who are welcome here? Canadians, Mexicans, Colombians, Aussies, Kiwis, Americans who.
I've got my hood. I'm going to give you my heart.
Yes,
all my heart.
Oh, wait. That's
right
wrong.
there. All my heart. Love you guys.
Who didn't vote for Trump. You
crazy
are
lady.
welcome. Come on over. Let's get the party started. But otherwise, and this goes double for MAGAs who have Scottish heritage or Irish.
Right here.
Me too.
Got some. Leroy, Livia does too. We've all got a little bit of Scottish and Irish in us.
Heritage. If you voted for that man,
Yeah.
shame on you.
Oh,
why?
You should have known better. and you're not welcome either. So
Oh,
where else are MAGAs not welcome this summer or
Hold on.
any summer? We don't want your tourist dollars. Where else? Who wants you? We don't want you. If your country is so beautiful, if your country is so great, then stay there. Please do us all a favor. We don't want you.
she's speaking on behalf of all of Ireland. Wow.
Apparently.
I guess. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Go, Liv.
So you're in beautiful Ireland. Shut the fuck up. You didn't vote in our election. You're not American. You actually have no fucking say on what happens in our country. So stay in beautiful Ireland. Shut the fuck up. You have no opinion. I don't care.
Hell have no fury.
It's just whatever. And if I want to fucking come to Ireland, I'm going to come to Ireland. You can kiss my ass. I'd love to see you stop me.
Listen to Olivia. I'm going to do what I want. Don't care about you. You don't get to tell me not what to do.
I mean, if you didn't vote, you don't get to bitch. She didn't vote in our election. She doesn't get a bitch about it. It's just.
Oh, she is.
She seems to be doing that though.
And you got bad teeth. Go to a dentist.
You got bad teeth. Smells like cabbage. Rotten hands.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So obviously, Yeti, stop. Listen, I gave you a chance. Can I tell you why? Because I've been paying attention to her nonstop today because I'm giving equal love for the dog. So like, she's just knows. She's like, she's so happy. So here's Leroy, you go, and then I'll go.
Well, I think it's pretty presumptuous for her to even assume that she knows how our politics. Thank you, Frank.
Puppy fun. Quick question. What does Catherine Rumeller's name keep popping up? I don't know. I'm going to find out for you, though, Frankie. Go ahead, Leroy.
I think it's pretty presumptuous that she even understands how American politics works or the true nature of the political spectrum. Ireland was one of those places for a long time that was persecuted, right, by another country, by a much larger country, and they broke in and said, "You're going to do what we tell you to do." And so there's a level of authoritarianism there that needs to be understood. And if you're really trying to fight that, then you're going to understand the value of individual rights, which is something that in our country, our republic that has individual bills of rights, you're going to understand that you're on the wrong side of that battle. And the fact that you don't live here says enough. You should stay there and eat a potato.
Well, it's interesting that you said eat a potato because there was a time where you couldn't eat a potato in Ireland because of the potato famine, 1845 to 1852. And what's interesting is that famine relief and overall immigration, the U.S. welcomed over 1 million Irish refugees. They were fleeing starvation and British rule, as Leroy just said. Now, don't get mad at us that we stuck you on the railroads and gave you opium from the Chinese, but that doesn't matter. We still brought you over here to build our railroads, and we just fucking love you for it, I'll tell you. Appreciate it. Saved us on getting black people to do it. Humor.
Good Lord.
Humor. It's called humor.
I love it.
Economic support, folks. 180,000 people in Ireland, American corporations have employed. At any given time, 180,000 Irish we bring over here to your country. Peace process through Good Friday Agreement. 1988 Good Friday Agreement. It ended most of the violence in Northern Ireland. Bill Clinton and American diplomats applied pressure to British and Irish governments to make peace work. So you can thank us for Belfast losing all of their wonderful kids and their limbs and their fingers and toes. How do you get an Irishman to count to 10? Have him use his feet because he doesn't have his hands anymore. It's an old adage.
You know what else is
Hold on.
funny?
Oh, yeah, go, and then I'll do my line. Go ahead.
I just realized this. I'm sorry. There are 31.5 million Americans who have Irish heritage here obviously in the United States. Guess how many people in Ireland? 4.3 million. We have more Irish than you do in Ireland.
That was my next point.
Oh,
Population
sorry.
with Irish. It's okay. That's why you shouldn't interrupt me. Irish American listen, the thing you guys need to understand is that you have influenced this government that you're disrespecting and the people here. Joe Biden, Reagan, Kennedy, all Irish. Okay. And the only one of them that wasn't a real Catholic. Okay. Anyway, we don't need to go there. But most importantly, the defense we've provided you since World War II with NATO. And if it wasn't for us, you fucking dipshits, you'd be speaking German or another language. And because of us, like all of Europe, you don't. Now, we can sit here and say, well, Americans came in late. No, Americans came in at just the right time because we realized we had something brewing with Japan and knew we were going to be in our own world war and did not want to fight a two-ocean war. Yet we did, and we allowed Winston Churchill to come over here and tell us what he needed, and we did it. And we did it gracefully, provided arms, provided some pilots at the beginning going over the cliffs of Dover and helping you fight the German Messerschmitts. And then we helped you formulate the most complicated battle incursion ever in world history. This predates even Alexander the Great. We are the reason you don't speak a different language right now. So while you're sitting here and saying that MAGA isn't welcome in Ireland, God forbid that we ever say that Ireland is not welcome in the United States and that we will no longer help you. Because I'm telling you, there will be an account for all of the people who treat Republicans and conservatives, most importantly Americans, like dog shit. Your day is coming. Donald Trump is dealing with the United States right now, cleaning up this mess. Wait till he gets to the rest of the world. Because if you think that the United States does not have their hand in every single cookie jar of every single country in this world, you have no idea. You are free because of us.
True.
Period.
Very true.
So you might want to just go ahead and down, bend over, and kiss my fucking pucker. Thank you.
I think it would be hilarious. Brad Jr. said this on Rumble. That wouldn't it be funny if tourism in Ireland went down by like half this summer?
Well, that's
they're going to be
point.
screwed
That's
if that happens.
Oh, you can kiss my Lucky Charms.
Here's the thing. If that was all because of one person, I would say that's a huge problem. But, obviously that person would then be, criticized by their own government and told to shut the hell up. It is just one stray rando Karen. Basically, this is Ireland's version of a Karen. And, they don't know anything. We know that.
And listen, I'm not saying that all Irish believe this, but if you think that Australia, Canada, Ireland, Scotland, England, Germany, France don't literally find this time to pile up on America, they all do. They all resent the United States. And this is the mentality. And I'm telling you what, 12 years of Obama and Biden have absolutely demolished. Look who our greatest allies were under Ronald Reagan. England, France, Germany, Poland, Israel, pretty much anything that wasn't Russia. We had great relationships with China, with Hong Kong, with Pakistan and India. We didn't see the shit that we have going on in Afghanistan. The Middle East wasn't an open conflict. We had relative peace. And then we went ahead and put Democrats in charge. And we gave them the seat for 12 out of 16 years. And look at how far our country fell. Look at how much we have to make up for. We'll never, I don't even think we ever recover from this. Prices will never go back down. We can get them to stagnate, but we're not going to see bread. We're not going to see eggs drop. It's not going to happen. That's not the way this works. The only way you can do that is to make it cheaper to provide eggs and farm than it was last year. And the only way you can do that is through energy. That's why Donald Trump is trying to impact energy, to make it extremely cheap, to make gas cheap, to make natural gas cheap, to make all of it cheap, because that affects the shipping. That affects the tractors. That affects the plants making this, the data centers. If he can for AI, if he can lower energy, he'll solve the problem. So all these liberals, these fucking Ontario and Canadian liberals coming at me. Oh yeah, he doesn't even have a plan. He does have a plan. It's called Agenda 47. You know, the one you call Project 2025? Derp. And the whole focus is to make energy as cheap as humanly possible. That is the only way you can bring prices down. We are $36.4 trillion in debt. We are now $13.6 trillion away from hitting the fiscal cliff. Leroy and I have been talking about this for 2 years. You hit 50 trillion, you better just learn to put your head between your legs and kiss your pucker, because it's over.
On that note,
go ahead.
Something that had been bugging me for a long time, and this is an Excel spreadsheet that's going to be a nightmare to put together, but it was bothering me. I went ahead and took a look at Harris's proposed tax plan, compared it with Trump's proposed tax plan. There was a difference, and they gave a dollar amount that was attached to it. I figured out, right, because people are always talking about, well, man, I have to pay this much more for eggs. I have to pay this much more for gas. People don't like to talk about inflation, or they talk about how high rent is. But between the two plans, had Harris gotten in, if you were making $47,100 rather, your tax bill would have gone up to the government by $1,413. If you were making $100,000, your tax bill would have gone up, and this is comparing Trump to Harris. The Harris bill would have been $3,015 more. I wanted to do that for every candidate going back for the last, 30 years, but I ran out of time.
Yeah, but the tariffs that everyone balked on was going to take $1,200 a year out of your pocket. That isn't going to happen. Melanie Marino says, "Damn it, I want my last minute for once." LMAO. LNAO?
LNAO.
Laughing?
I don't know.
Laughing?
It's probably supposed to be LMAO.
I'm pretty sure. I was just...
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it for the donation. You're the best. Moving on to, let's see. We got F block done. We're going to move into B block in 1 minute right after this.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
I got to say, it's an honor knowing Eli Crane and what he does and having to interview him. He is just a wicked dude. He is honest, he is open, and you're going to shit a purple Twinkie when you hear this. $200 million for transgender pets?
Sure, why not?
Dr. Fucky fuckied us again. Listen to Eli. Just listen, because this is interesting.
Size of their genitals changing.
Thank you, Ms. Chairwoman, for holding this hearing today. Thank you guys for showing up. It was just yesterday in an oversight hearing that I asked Chairman Comer if we could get some therapy dogs up here because of some of the meltdowns that were going on. I had no idea I'd walk into this hearing today and see 3 beautiful beagle puppies, and I've noticed that my mood's already improved. So thank you guys for bringing them there. I think we should make it mandatory.
Got to say, longer hair and beard works. Eli, it's better for the old round face. So, as a fellow oval cheek guy, I gotta say, looking a little bit longer and like you're in country is not a bad thing. Use it. Use the look. Work it.
We also talked about in the oversight committee hearing yesterday some of the ridiculous programs and initiatives that need to be cut from our bloated government. And it seems like a lot of these studies are just another example of our senseless, out of control spending by bureaucrats who never really get held accountable. I want to start with you, Mr. Goodman. You said you have estimated over $20 billion in taxpayer money wasted on ineffective animal research. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
Wow. Mr. Goodman, did you also say that it was your estimation that $241 million was spent for transgender animal testing?
Yes, and that's, I would say, is the floor, not the ceiling, because the information on federal databases is not, it was pretty incomplete.
So you think we're going to find out that it was much more money than that for
Yes,
transgender animal testing?
yes.
Can you describe what exactly the American people's taxpayer dollars were spent on regarding transgender animal testing?
Yeah, in a lot of these cases, they're involve mice, rats, monkeys who are being surgically mutilated and subjected to hormone therapies to mimic female to male or male to female gender transitions.
What in the flying
That's sick.
fuck
That is sick.
going on?
Psycho check,
Horrible.
psychos!
Oh my God, what's going on?
Gender affirming hormone therapies, and then looking at the biological, psychological, and physiological effects of the gender transitions, looking at the effects of taking vaccines after you've transitioned these animals from male to female or female to male, looking at the size of their genitals changing after you've put them on estrogen or testosterone therapies to transition them. And
Dude, I want that beagle in the back. So freaking cute. I know they're crazy, but
And in the case that the chairwoman, the example the chairwoman gave, there was a $1.1 million grant to give female lab rats testosterone to mimic transgender male humans and then overdose them with this party drug to see if animals who were taking female animals taking testosterone were more likely to overdose on this sex party drug than animals who were not taking testosterone.
Mr. Goodman, are many of these taxpayer-funded animal studies shared with the public, or is there a significant oversight of this research?
You essentially needed a degree in information technology to navigate the federal spending databases to find any of this stuff.
So what you found is we're not being very transparent with what we're spending these funds on?
Not at all, and it's by design.
Did you say that Dr. Fauci, in your estimation, had funded close to 95% of these animal research projects?
Yeah, in our analysis, Dr. Fauci funded about 95% of the transgender animal experiments.
Okay, I found in some research.
God, thank God we can go after him now and hold him accountable for all his shit, especially animal abuse and torture. God, what do you mean he's got a pardon? Son of a...
That the EPA under President Trump is planning to reduce the agency's animal testing by 30% by 2025 and completely by 2035. Mr. Goodman, can you explain why that's a win for the American taxpayer?
Absolutely. Animal testing is incredibly time-intensive, inaccurate, and expensive, and it's not very good at predicting the human health effects or environmental effects of chemicals and pesticides. And right now, what we are doing to test human effects is poisoning lab animals, forcing them to breathe wildfire smoke simulated in a laboratory by burning different types of foliage and pumping it into animals' cages, making them obese to simulate what it would be like for obese people to be exposed to wildfire smoke, shooting off handguns and rifles and forcing animals to breathe the emissions and gun control experiments, and the list goes on. And that's what's happening currently at the EPA after the Biden administration overturned the Trump plan to phase out animal testing.
Mr. Goodman, one more question. You've also been outspoken about the COVID-19 outbreak stemming from Dr. Fauci's U.S.-funded research at China's Wuhan lab. What are the public health risks if we continue some of these outrageous animal studies?
We're flirting with disaster if we continue to fund dangerous virus research, both abroad, like in Colorado, where Fauci greenlit this bat lab. They're trying to import hundreds of bats from Asia to build a new lab in Colorado to do virus experiments with Ebola, Nipah, Lassa, deadly viruses for which there's no cure. It's just a matter of time before we have another pandemic on our hands if we let mad scientists run amok with our money.
Thank you. I yield back.
Well, I want to throw up now. That every single, they're not scientists, they're assholes. Every single asshole that has ever worked on an animal like that needs to become the animal. They need to be put in cages, and what they did to those animals needs to happen to them. Because I guarantee,
know the power of the dark side.
I guarantee they're not giving these animals pain medication when they're doing this to them, or
Even if
anesthesia,
they shouldn't have to give them anesthesia or not. How about you stop testing on animals?
I mean, animals. We're going to mutilate them. It's mutilation and it's study on animals. What's the difference in a child? It's the same fucking thing, but yet it's acceptable in children. It just
aren't these the guys with PETA? Aren't these guys that don't eat meat because, harming animals? And they look in their eye and go, how can you kill a defenseless animal? You fucking people are. Listen, the Third Reich did not necessarily flee Germany necessarily as scientists or mass executions in Buenos Aires. They seem to have come to the Democratic Party. Leroy, this has to piss you off.
The Democratic Party, every single one needs a freaking lobotomy. They're all dumb. All of them.
Well, if they were dumb, a lobotomy really wouldn't do much better. It would just
freaking electric shock treatment.
That's
something.
better. I like that.
I don't know.
I like that. I like that. Genital.
So
cuff.
that works.
The fact that they were talking about $20 billion that went towards this level of research, when I divided it out amongst every taxpayer, that means that we collectively as taxpayers paid about $160 to the government so that they could torture pets. They could torture and maim the animals that we bring into our homes and consider family members. I want you guys to think about that, because that would be like taking a family member out, chemically castrating it or mutilating it, and you paid to have that done by the government. Good job.
What is the ever-loving point? Don't we have AI now? Can we go ahead and make predictive forecasting and modeling off this type of stuff? Why do we need to go ahead and test animals? We have all the data in the world. Let me see. Inhaling smoke from a forest fire sounds bad. Let's see. Exposing them to nitrates or radon. It's going to be bad. Removing their genitalia and sticking it on another freaking bird, or removing their beak and taking and replacing onto a cat's nose. Sorry, sounds bad. Why do we have to test this shit?
You shouldn't have to.
Why do we have to test it? I mean, didn't we stop doing this to animals a long time ago? Why are we regressing? I mean, seriously, hold on. We want to have fucking separate water fountains now, separate schools. We want to go ahead and bring women back to being subjected to anything we want because they're being trivialized with transsexuals and people who say that they're women and men that say they can get pregnant. We want to go ahead and racially divide this country and replace all white people and erase all white culture. And if you even say white culture, you're a Christian nationalist. Trying to go ahead and crucify people for religion. We've all fucking done this before. We're supposed to fucking evolve. We have a 2.6% chance in 2032 of getting hit by an LE asteroid. Good. We don't deserve this. We don't deserve this fucking planet. We don't deserve this life. How can we regress? Because the problem with this is that this humanity that we have here, or the lack thereof, if we can survive on this earth for a millennia, maybe two, we will achieve something and a heightened sense of consciousness that will realize that this type of shit and ongoing conflict is detrimental to our future survival. And if we don't, it will lead to an extinction level event. And whether that's man-made or by God, it's coming. Because if this isn't Sodom and Gomorrah, and this isn't end of days, then man, maybe I need to go read the Bible again, because some of the shit that I'm seeing is incredibly bad. And if it isn't a sign from the universe that we deserve to be a ball of dust, then I'm also misreading the tea leaves here. Because the shit that we're doing It is not only against the laws of nature and the laws of humanity, it's against the laws of God and the laws we've established to be a civilized nation. The agreed upon codex of who we are. And we are literally removing animal genitalia and making them suffer. I can't even begin to quantify or qualify this fucking insanity. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leroy.
60 years ago, 70 years ago, when we were exiting World War II and we found out what the atrocities were happening in places like Germany and Japan with experimentation on people, and people going through surgeries and things like that. I thought we had moved on from this at one point, right? But we look back on those days as like the darkest days. And there were known atrocities, that level of experimentation. So now we fast forward and we still recognize that you're not supposed to do that. It's gross, right? It is so unethical. And I think to myself, how many laws are in place literally in every state that protects our pets? So that if some jackass, up the street decides to harm a pet, he kicks a dog or whatever, right? That dude goes to jail. Yet somehow we're allowing this to happen so long as it's sanctioned by the government. That makes no sense to me. And the fact of the matter is, people trust the government. They don't, sometimes they don't know of all the shit that is happening. And that's been our biggest criticism this whole time, is that we feel like the people that are up here on this panel, I feel like there's a healthy amount of skepticism for the people who have this blind trust in the government. Oh yeah, go ahead and let them experiment on pets. We don't necessarily need to know the details. We're just going to tuck our heads in the sand and hope that it's for the best. It's going to save a human life, maybe. You don't know that. But in the meantime, you've got dogs and cats that are literally being tortured just to get the physiological effects of certain chemicals, certain stressors. They're being poisoned, abused, and they're having their genitals cut off.
Okay.
Why?
So we're not talking about cancer research here. Okay. We're not talking about splitting chromosomes and trying to splice different DNA of animals together to create a healthier breed of bovine or avian or feline or canine or something to that effect. We're not talking about that. You're talking about gender mutilation of an animal. You're talking about saying we're going to have them ingest toxins to see how long it takes them to die. It's okay. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come here, sweetie. Hey.
You can hear her tail banging against the table.
And that's partly why when I hear all those stories about Fauci and what he was doing with the beagles, if you haven't looked at those stories and or heard about them and had some internal level of just either anguish or disgust, then I really would question your humanity. Because that's exactly what they were. Because that's exactly what was going on. He was using beagles. That dog is cute.
She's got something to say. Asher has something to say. Perfect time to come in.
Don't chew.
He was using.
No, don't chew the mic.
Aw. That dog is cute. Yeah, and so you can only get so much outrage going before at some point, if you are a watcher of this show, or if you have seen those stories prior, or you know Eli Crane, or follow any of this stuff, I urge you, after the show, please call your congressman or senator. Please.
Yeah, it's just, listen, I understand laboratory, pick her up, hun. She needs to go. Laboratory rats. I understand. I understand mice. I understand that we used to test radiation on chimpanzees. There's nothing in that research that I heard that warrants that. And it's not the same thing. So I understand what people are saying, and I agree with you that I believe that animals in some situations, especially like when it came to tuberculosis, a huge opportunity for us to go ahead and test certain medications when it came to polio. I understand this, but that's not this. Taking and harvesting bats and trying to inject them with harmful level 3 viruses so they become a level 4 or level 5 virus is how we got COVID. So I understand we're mixing two things together, because here's the problem. And this is my last comment on this. If it was designed for the greater good of humanity, they wouldn't be doing it in the fucking shadows.
It'd be clear and transparent. And this is one in a very, very long list of reasons of why I know how to spend my money better than the government. Government knows how to spend my money. They don't need my money in a savings account because they think they can spend it better. Because apparently they're not. Because my tax dollars could go to a lot more than what they're spending it on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's an interesting topic. Sorry, the B block closed. An interesting topic, but I'm listening to some people here. Jen's talking, Amy's talking. I agree with you. I'm not, but see, this is like saying abortion. Okay. Me going ahead and saying there's women out there who have 7 to 8 abortions. That babies' fetuses are being used for stem cell research, that they're using the foreskin of children for other types of, JD says, snacks for the Dr. F hunting party.
Yep.
Amen. But or they're using the umbilical cord for stem cell research. Well, there's some good, okay. That some of that stuff is like interesting, like whoa. They're using foreskin from a baby for rhinoplasty and other plastic surgery events. Okay. That is some weird shit. And we all know it's happening. But if I go ahead and say that because abortions, I can understand where people are coming from rape, incest, or life of mother, that doesn't mean that I am accepting all these other things or dismissing all these other things. Because I can say that some animal research is necessary for the human race to evolve and has been successful for us to maintain our existence. And I can say, but I can also condemn this shit at the same time. That's my point. So just because I can give you an inch doesn't mean you get to take a mile. And just because I can align with some cases doesn't mean I approve of all things. Just like with abortion. People say, do you believe in abortion? Well, they're going to happen whether I believe in them or not. Do I approve of abortions? It very much depends on the situation. The same holds true to experimenting on pets. Sorry. I'm not a big fan. Be right back.
Join Wimkin.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at Wimkin.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
All right. Hopefully a little bit, something a little lighter. Maine Nutter shoots canine and cop. Nope. Sorry. Not today. Nope. I wanted to try to bring something a little bit lighter to the fold. Leroy, or let me ask Olivia, if because you're not a liberal, does that immediately mean you're a Trump supporter?
No.
No.
It does not.
Isn't that crazy in this day and age where if you say anything about Biden or Trump, you're immediately in the opposite party?
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
Because
tell us why.
People don't know how to, when they're trying to articulate their arguments these days, they get so caught up in the sound bites off of either Fox or MSNBC or CNN that they don't know how to moderate. They don't know how to temper their arguments. So in lieu of that, they go right to the extremes. They say, oh my God, if you are a Trump supporter, you're a Nazi. If you're a Biden supporter, you're a communist. They don't know how to temper it and find that the true middle ground. They just don't know.
Do you guys really believe what people say, that they believe it? And do you believe what you say? Let me give you an example. Somebody calls you a Nazi. Do you really think that they believe you're a Nazi in every sense of the word? Clicking heels, zig heil, throw a few Jews to the showers and gas them.
No.
Leroy.
Nope.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do you really think that when you call all liberals kid touchers and trying to groom kids, do you mean it?
No.
Don't think I've ever said that.
Not talking about you. This is not about you, dude. We're talking to the people in the audience.
I took the question as pointed at me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know you did, but you understand you understand my comparison contrast, because I don't call people Nazis and I don't call people groomers and pedos.
No, I don't generalize it ever.
Right.
That's the thing, is I don't generalize it. If I know for a fact that you're a pedophile, then you're a pedophile. But just because you're a liberal and you're a proven pedophile doesn't mean that every liberal is a pedophile. I don't generalize it like that.
Right. But rational people is the equation. Jen, I agree with you. I think stem cell research is important, and mothers can do whatever the fuck they want with an umbilical cord. Sorry. And medical waste is, you can go ahead and you get to decide what happens to that, and the hospital can't do shit. So I'm with you. Okay. But notice how I put that in with certain things are being used, like the waste of foreskin is being used for rhinoplasty and plastic surgery. If you're a parent and you don't care, whatever, it's your child, who cares? Now, if you're harvesting babies for that and then you're literally throwing them in a dumpster afterwards, that's a whole nother conversation. What I'm saying is that I can go ahead and give an inch with those things and say, okay, but when you literally start chemically castrating children, you and I got a problem. That's my point. So no, you don't generalize, going back to the original topic. My point is this, is that just because someone is not a Biden supporter or a Harris supporter or a liberal doesn't mean they're MAGA. I'm going to show you a video. This guy, this is important. I mean, and there are Republicans like this, and there are Democrats. There are human beings like this. It's not even political ideology. It comes down to the clinically insane and the sane. And this guy is insane. He shot a canine, wounded a trooper, and he was killed. Good. And they are saying he's a MAGA terrorist. MAGA terrorist. Here it is. Listen to the video. I have his last few seconds of life. And it's a joy.
I'm here. My name's Steve.
First of all, your rig sucks. No wonder why they got you.
Stephen Regini. I am a resident of Maine, and I had the cops called on me. A SWAT team showed up, and I'm now engaged in a shootout.
Why?
My state has been...
Why?
Yeah, why were the cops called on you? Why was SWAT called on you? And why is there a shootout?
Yeah, why are you in a shootout?
Why are you shooting back at the cops?
Yeah, I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what you did. Why are you in a shootout with the cops with a shitty ass rig? All right, let's listen to the rest.
The #1 abortion and gay rights state in the entire country, and I've been segregated against for my beliefs. Now they're trying to arrest me simply because I do not believe in gay rights and abortion, which is the #1 state of Maine right now. That's what they do. They're an abortion mill. So I'm here. I'm in a shootout with the authorities who are protecting the rights of doctors to murder babies, and they are protecting the rights of children to be ripped out of the womb and killed. I'm here with my baby daughter, who they're also trying...
Lovely.
Oh my God. You're doing this in front of your child?
And you are the whitest motherfucker on the planet, and you just said baby daughter. It's not my baby, my baby daughter. The way you said it, baby daughter. It's like my baby daddy. There's a way to say my baby daughter and my baby daughter.
To take away, and I assure you that I am not the aggressor here. They tried to arrest me. They tried to tase me. They're trying to make me a criminal. They are trying to get me in trouble. They are trying to take me to jail for a long time for getting in an argument with my wife, which was a simple argument. I've spoke with her since. I love my wife. I love my daughter. I'm so grateful for.
Davi XX says, "What's good, y'all? I'm giving $5,000 to 3 people with hard times because I feel people are going through hard times." Hey, Davi FX, when you're going to steal an account of a white guy, you might want to be less black. No offense, because I've grown up with black people my whole life, but you got a big tell, and 5 other players are at the table.
I think it's a bot.
And no shit. So can someone please just pump this person's brakes? Thank you.
All Claude has blessed me with.
I love it.
Davi FX is his name. And chewing bubblegum and kicking ass is his game. Let's see his picture. Yo, what's good, champ? I got a proposal for you, HMU, and see if you'd like to give it. Yo.
What's up,
In order.
What's up, dog?
All right, here we go.
I'm grateful for my farm. I'm grateful for everything, all my friends and people who love me. And I'm sorry this had to happen. I really am. But I'm backed into a corner with my political beliefs. I haven't been able to find a job in a year. And my entire life has been just struggling for existence, fighting Democrats.
Well, you did a great job, literally 30 seconds after you stopped filming, of squandering that opportunity. I'm very grateful for my farm. So grateful I'm about to die.
And trying to stand up for my country. Let me ask you.
Yes.
If you're a law enforcement officer, why do you support the COVID vaccines? Why do you support abortion? Why do you support what isn't morally right? How are you fighting for a state system that protects illegal immigrants and pedophiles? Please explain this to me. Please explain to me why abortion is still legal in my state. Why are the babies dying? Why? Why is this legal up till the time of conception? That's why I'm fighting. I'm fighting for the babies. I'm fighting for the unborn. And I'm fighting for righteousness and Christianity to be restored in this country. Christ is Lord. God bless. And I'm sorry to you, my parents. I love you, my parents. I love you, my wife. I love you, my daughter. I love you, all my beloved friends and business partners. And God bless you. I'm sorry it had to end this way.
I didn't think you had a job, dude. You've been jobless. You've been unemployed for years. How do you have business partners?
Yeah,
just thought
suicide by cop.
Suicide
by cop.
There is an extreme to where you call the other side a Nazi and you just regurgitate everything that the news tells you to. And then there's this side of the extreme.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Everything he said is true. Everything he said is not a lie. Everything he said is absolutely true. Christianity has been completely regulated to a joke to most people who don't practice the faith. It's in record decline. Thank God Donald Trump, by the way, there's something we're going to talk about tonight as far as recruitment numbers. The Army just set a record for new recruits since Donald Trump took over in the month of January. More Bibles were sold in the last year than have been sold in the last 10. So there's some good things. But abortion's taking place. Pedophilia and sex trafficking was blatantly ignored under this administration. Everything he's saying is true. And Maine is a lunatic state. Lunatic state. And their policies are so blue that it's never going to turn. But just because all of that's true, why are you shooting cops?
Right.
Exactly. It's Cops are just doing their jobs. I mean, he's acting like he's blameless in this. There is a specific reason why the police were at your house. I'm going to assume that simple argument you had with your wife maybe got a little physical. Just thinking, maybe that's why the cops were called.
Maybe you shouldn't be beating your wife,
exactly.
or at least do it where she doesn't have any marks, like with a phone book or something.
Oh my God.
Leroy, you seem to be itching. You're
rule
itching
of thumb.
for
Is that where you're headed with that? Yeah, I'm just, I'm having a hard time with this only because you're right. It's not that he's right. It's just that he's not wrong.
Right.
And when you start, trying to rationalize your political position, you have to, at some point, as a smart person, pick your battles. You have to determine which, and unfortunately, this is a literal case. What is the hill you're willing to die on?
Apparently, this one.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
it's a joke.
You talking to me?
No, he's talking to
Joanne, who's like, "Hey now," when I said beat Olivia with a phone book.
Hey now.
It's just theater. Go.
And so when we start talking, and he's going on, talking to this camera, trying to plead his case, and in the meantime, he acknowledges the fact that he got into a fight with his wife,
right?
Had his daughter there. God forbid, the wife probably called in, said, "Hey, 911, yeah, I was in a fight with my husband. He took my daughter, and he has a kid, and he has a gun,
and he has a gun. He has
fire.
fire.
Yeah." I mean, what are the police supposed to do? Use your head, dude. So, no offense, but I mean, this is not a tragic loss, in my opinion. It's a tragedy. But
yeah.
God,
he shot a dog. He shot a canine.
He shot one of the police dogs?
Yes, he shot a police dog and shot the cop. That's okay. Asshole. Listen, okay. I fight these fights all the time. I'm not going to go out and shoot police officers to go ahead and fight the power. That's not how you fight the power. What the fuck do those cops do?
You do that up here. Here.
If I got to break this out, I've already lost. You understand? You understand? This is a last resort. I've made the analogy a million times on this show, folks. The bear doesn't go after the honey in the hive because he's scared of 1,000 stings, but it makes him think twice. But if that bear wants to go ahead and crush that hive, he's going to do it without a second thought. But it is the ability to make them question if it's worth it. Is the honey worth stings? So yes, 1,000 ARs, 10,000 ARs, 1,000,000 ARs aren't going to stop the U.S. government, but it might just be enough stings to make them think twice. Okay? But you're not going to solve anything. You're never going to be remembered. Your daughter is not even going to know who you are. She will never show her this video.
I guarantee. Mom's never going to show.
She never even talk about you. You say her dad was like, she jumped a troop ship in Bali and got knocked up. She is not going to even admit. Why would she put her daughter that? She's going to change her name the moment you're dead, so the newspapers forget about it. When she goes to school someday, they're not going to be like, "Oh my God, you're Jay Gordon douchebag who killed a couple cops, his daughter." You're erased from the fucking planet the moment you do this. So, I understand your frustration. I understand that you're mad. I'm mad too, and we all should be mad. But the moment that you start shooting people, that's where you lose me, homie. Wow.
Yeah, if you really want to make a difference, you're going to make that argument up here. You're going to make a better case. I understand. And he wasn't wrong on his points, right? Abortion is a terrible thing. I understand that. But shooting at a police dog or violence of any kind, that's not the way to solve those issues. It's not.
Just stupid. It's just stupid. It's just dumb. Like, nope. Your voice. You said you want to go ahead and fight back and make people aware. The worst way you can do that is by removing your voice.
Right.
And you do, just FYI, when you die, you no longer have a voice. Because nobody is going to take this as a heroic, knightly type thing where you're, trying to be the salvation for humanity. They're going to think you're a nutter. And most importantly, they're going to say that you're MAGA and you're going to make us look bad. Could you have just said that you were for transgenders in sports before you died so they didn't have to say you were MAGA? Can all you psycho MAGA fuckers out there, can you please say a little liberal stuff so they go ahead and malign you with the other side versus, because we have enough with J6ers. We don't need this. We don't want you in our party. You guys are crazy. You're just as bad as the fucking left. Just all you 3%ers that think the underworld's coming, this is the end for you. This is your result. Watch this video. It is literally an instruction video on what will happen to you if you decide to go against the government in this way. This isn't how you do it. There might come a time where we have to, but it's not going to be 1. And it's not going to be 1,000. And it's not going to be 10,000. It's going to take millions. And in order for that to happen, we have to have an event so large and so freaking impactful on most of the population that we finally say, fuck it. And fighting is more important than our lives. This ain't it. This ain't it. You're not a MAGA. You're a fucking idiot.
Yep. True that.
Well, I guess we just went ahead and solved that. Moving on to the next block right after this.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond.
Go ahead, what?
Oh, I was just going to say, this is one of those problems that removes itself from the gene pool. Problem solved.
Right. Yeah, but just don't kill cops and dogs next time. Just
right.
Just go into a bedroom with yourself, put on some Barry Manilow with a freaking fifth of vodka, and end it like a real man.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond.
By the way, forget it. Veterans know I'm joking. Veterans know. They know. I don't need to say anything. It's like Veteran Crisis Hotline. They know. Every one of them laughed. Even if they're sitting there like, eat my life. They're like, oh, that was funny.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
This is an extension, but we're going to go into overtime on that last topic because there is another video I want to show you. This is a man in Albany, New York. And the title is Seen Harassing Protesters. Now, I have a different take on this, and this is one of those where we're going to save our takes for after the video because I think people will be surprised with what I have to say because it's a complex video. But this does tie into the last guy. Watch this, and there is a difference between the two. You will see it.
Going nowhere.
And yeah, see me too. It's the eyebrows and it's the glasses. And I'm just like, that's cute. That's not a bad look. She's crazy. But listen.
Hey, yo, crazy.
Attacking veterans. He gave me more benefits than any Democrat has. I served 12 years for this country. So did I. Yeah. And what did you do? I was an EOD operator. I blow the up for a living. What the do you do? I served a Marine purpose.
I was a Marine. You're a liar. Okay? Because no Marine on the planet has ever said those words. I was a Marine. No. I am and are. Thank you very much. You didn't serve in the Marine Corps, liar.
Walk away. I'm a combat veteran. I don't give a I'll fight 1,000 by myself. 6'3", you're all in my face. I'm saying, yeah, because you're recording me, you loser. You're a loser, an ugly piece of Yes, I will say whatever I want. Freedom of speech, something I fought for. So it's okay for him to curse at me on camera, right? Why you record him, you Nobody's being a Yes, suck my ugly piece of I ain't going nowhere. I fought wars for this country. I ain't going nowhere.
Do you recognize the place, Liv?
That's DC, isn't it?
No, it's Albany, New York. It looks like New Mexico.
Oh.
Is that why it's lacking color?
You're a Democrat, liberal, snowflake. Yeah, I fight wars. What do you do? Get these liberals out of here. Watch out for the undercover cop trying to start trouble. He's a liberal. You're a. What are you doing? What's your camera gonna do? Nothing. You're a bunch of liberal. Uncle Fester. Get the out of here. You. Get the out of here. I run New York.
I have no idea what's being said right now.
Just listen.
What's anybody gonna do?
Albany, New York, I need your help in identifying this man seen screaming several homophobic slurs towards protesters. Nothing screams stolen valor, quite like flashing your Lilu Dallas multipass in strangers' faces. But hey, little buddy, I got some bad news for you as a veteran. Trump's boyfriend was seen at the VA, and I'm willing to bet it had nothing to do with improving access to care, something you're desperately in need of. So regrettably, I'll have to decline your proposition after begging several people you accuse of being gay to suck your repeatedly. I can help you answer the question about what anybody's going to do about this, and that's help identify you. Because as a mill spouse myself, I can tell you that nobody worth a damn who's served wants anything to do with you.
All right. It's like psycho chick.
They both are.
Yeah. So I want some takes. Liv, you get to go first because you're a mill spouse. You're also a MILF. So what do you think about this? It doesn't matter if you know what he was saying or not. What do you think?
Curious as to what caused his breakdown, but okay. I mean, that doesn't accomplish anything by screaming profanity and yelling at people. That doesn't really.
Oh, wait a second now. Hold on.
much.
Let's not break down my entire show. Come on, please.
But I mean, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish there. Not a whole lot, but as far as the chicky do, President Trump has done a lot for veterans, and we can personally attest to that. And I'm pretty sure that they are in the process of fixing the fuck up that Biden did to the VA system that Trump had going pretty well when he was in 4 years ago. Then Biden fucked it up, so he's having to refix it. But President Trump has done more for the VA and veterans than I don't know.
Hands down.
Hands down.
To tell you what this is about, these are protesters outside doing Palestinian protesting, and they're protesting the latest thing. Okay, the latest thing. Just enter it here. Just give me a blank strike sign and a blank protest sign. I'll fill it out before I get to the event. The latest thing. Okay. So I usually let Leroy go now, but I'm gonna take my turn. So here's the deal. That guy's a moron. Okay, I'm a fucking moron, and I see him a million times a day on my site, whether it's a liberal or a conservative. Really, it's just a person who's nuts.
Yeah.
But the problem is, and here's my issue for the uppity liberal with showing the cleavage, but won't show her lower half because basically her freshman 15 turned into a freshman 45. Lady, I know it. I know what good-looking, healthy boobs look like and fat tits look like, and you got fat tits. So show us the lower half. Otherwise, suck those puppies in a little bit. Number one. Number two.
Could be for babies, though.
No, she hasn't had a kid. She hasn't had a kid. She's going to put on a freshman 45. So here's the thing. You are talking to a Marine, and you soy boy beta males, that person is specifically trained on hand-to-hand combat and can fucking end you. Number one. There are a lot of things about the military where people say, oh yeah, blah, 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 badass. Marines are not pussies. They know what they're doing. And I promise you, unless you have some sort of MMA experience or you've got a bazooka, this guy's probably going to work you over. Number two, he is unstable as freaking a bowling pin on a breadboard with you standing on it. This guy's nuts. And it is very, very possible that guy in the previous video who shot the cop in the canine could be that guy standing right there, and he is going to end your existence over a stupid argument. I don't understand this. Every day I've got people calling me names, calling me a Nazi, calling me this, calling me that. And okay. They try to pick on, they go, yeah, well, you can go have sex with your boyfriend. Okay, well, here's a picture of my wife. Oh, you live with your mom. Actually, here's my beautiful house. And it's funny because the moment you do that, their next line is, that's AI, or that's not yours, that's somebody else's. You can't win.
No.
So don't try. Don't play their game. Basically, all you got to do is just walk the fuck away. I can't tell you how many arguments I drop an A-bomb and then I just don't reply, and it's worse because 17 replies, where are you? Come on, pussy. Thought you wanted to fight. And I'm just sitting here laughing my ass off, and I will not reply because they are literally melting down. Let people like this live in a vacuum because honestly, if they don't, they're going to bring their world to you, and that is the last thing you want. Go ahead, Leroy.
Well, first of all, my first comment is going to be towards the chick because I don't care if they're fat or whatever. I like boobies of all shapes and sizes. Rubbing them on my face, I'm good with it.
Play the motorboat.
Yes, I don't care.
Are they built for comfort or built for speed?
Now, in terms of that guy, right before he went on his Happy Gilmore tirade, when we typically kind of try to put people in boxes, right? We might say liberal, we might say conservative, we might say Democrat, Republican, whatever the case is. I think a lot of times the people from the left will try to paint conservatives as these kind of nut jobs sometimes. And true enough, maybe, right? But here's the thing. By definition, do you think that guy was a conservative? Listening to his speech, listening to him just paint expletives all over the public, right? Was that conservative? Or was that just another emotionally deranged person with something to say who has an opinion and he's not sure of that opinion, so he probably walks down the middle a little bit, and by damn it, he's going to let you know that you're just blasting everyone, right? Is that the more likely case? Because to Matt's point, when you run into people that are emotionally unstable like that, the smart thing to do is just walk away. It's great that they were able to get the guy on video. It's great that, he has an opinion. I am grateful that he lives in a country where he can voice his opinion. However, in some places, in some cities, what he did was illegal, right? Not allowed to, paint the world with, F-bombs as much as you'd like to. You can't do it publicly anyway. In some places. And again, I would fall back to my other point. That's not a conservative, right? That's just somebody who's emotionally out there. That's the end of my piece.
You wrapped it up beautifully. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to invoke the siren yet, but I had to.
I love the siren.
I had to drop the siren on us. Katt Williams goes off, and you don't want to miss this. This is incredible. It's a little bit vulgar at times, but that's okay. Folks, we're at $110. We're $190 away from our goal. That's a big chunk. But I got faith. It's at 8:30. We only say it at the beginning of the show, and at 8:30, if you want to go to thedumbshow.com/donate to help the show, pays for lights and everything else. By the way, our internet bill has gone up. Welcome to inflation. Welcome to increased prices, $1,200 to $1,800 a month. So it costs a little bit to run the show. That's what happens when you need a Comcast business account to get all these beautiful pictures and audio. Let's rock and roll. We'll be right back.
The Dumb Store is veteran-owned with a 5-star diamond rating for service and satisfaction. We offer quality products like coffee, shirts, hoodies, and hats, all made by veterans. Shop with confidence, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Use code DUMB10 to save 10%. Visit thedumbshow.com today. Thank you for your support.
Katt Williams is at a concert in Phoenix, and a Hispanic, Mexican, Chicano, American, Puerto Rican, Colombian, whatever, decides to go ahead and start catcalling and heckling Katt Williams. That's really not a good idea, considering Katt Williams is pretty much the George Carlin of today, but a conservative voice. And although Katt Williams isn't a super MAGA conservative, he probably leans fiscally conservative and socially liberal. But so do all three of us.
Already.
Right. Yeah. He's our guy. But Katt literally crushes this guy. And when he says that Mexico, or that the United States is Mexican land, I think is what he says, or something to that effect. Yeah, Mexican land. Listen to this. This is great.
Because I'm saying, you think I'm just in Mexico and I'm defending America. Because are you Mexican? Do you know where Mexico is? No, this ain't Mexico. It used to be Mexico, motherfucker, and now it's Phoenix, goddammit. No, nigga, do you know where you at, nigga? USA! 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 I don't give a fuck! No, motherfuckers think they can live in this country and then still be allegiance to another fucking country. If you love another country more than you love America, motherfucker, then get to stepping to that bitch.
Get the what?
Get to stepping, bitch.
So if you love Mexico, bitch, get the fuck over there. And as for my Mexican American homies, viva la revolution! Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what's so
American Eagle.
You don't know what my family did for this country, bitch. You ain't did shit, nigga. Fuck, we were slaves, bitch. Y'all just work like that at the landscapers, motherfucker.
At this moment, he knew he fucked up.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew he fucked up.
Dude, that is called getting cooked for 4 minutes. I mean, it's not that it was a particularly good rant. It's that a comedian stopped his show for 4 minutes to literally just mop the entire auditorium with you. Congratulations, you're internet famous, and you didn't earn any money. He's probably going to get 20 million views on this thing and make a couple $100,000. Thoughts on Mr. Katt Williams, or is that enough?
I think that's enough. I didn't even know who he was before I watched this.
Just a comedian?
No, and I'm going to look him up. I enjoyed, kind of that exchange. And while he was going off on that, something that dawned on me was that, like, you can always tell the health of a country by whether or not people are trying to escape from it or get into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I looked it up. How many Americans have officially changed their citizenship and moved to Mexico? It's 1.6 million.
Oh,
And
you're not even
that's
gonna
over
let
the
us
course of a
guess.
year.
You're
Oh,
not even gonna
well,
let us guess.
it was rhetorical. It was rhetorical.
Why?
I'll let
It's
you
fun to
guess
get
the next
it's fun to get the panel excited and get involved. Go ahead.
Well, how many Mexicans do you think applied for American citizenship? What do you think that number was?
I don't fucking know. Stop wasting my time and get to the point.
Dude, you're an asshole.
I am an asshole.
It's 11 million
oh.
a year.
Wow.
11 million. So you've got 1 million Americans who want to up and move to Mexico and live there, but 11 million Mexicans who want to escape Mexico in search of a better life and more freedom here. And
Hey,
your
how many of those are illegal? How many of those are illegal? So it's more than 11, right? So it could be 15 million, 20 million.
Right. And so your first thought in attending a comedy concert is to what? Like, oh, Mexico is great and we're way better than America? Here are the numbers.
Not in Phoenix.
You're an idiot. You know, like
it's not going to go well. People in Phoenix don't fuck around with that. They don't.
No.
They don't like illegal immigrants, and they think they're abhorrent. And because most of the Mexican Americans there did it the right way, and they don't appreciate it. Olivia, as a pseudo Mexican, how do you feel about this?
A pseudo Mexican.
You're not really a Mexican.
Well, you're one of the white ones. So we're trying to.
You have all the benefits of looking good, like a beautiful Mexican, but I don't have to deal with any other bullshit. Like you getting pregnant
you got the
every
dark
month.
hair, but can you make a tamale?
No.
Yes.
Just make a pot pie.
Yes, I can.
You can't make a tamale. You've never made a tamale in your life.
When
here.
I was a kid, I did. We did it every year.
Yeah, I don't like tamales, so you've never made them with me.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I've never made it, but no. Every Christmas Eve, we had friends come over and we prepped the tamales and made them, and then on New Year's Eve they came back and we had tamales for New Year's Eve. So that was a family tradition. But it's been a while.
That's enough on Katt Williams. I appreciate his humor, folks. We are 5 minutes away from having our first non-hitting the goal show. $110. It was bound to happen, folks. It was bound to happen. It happens tonight. That's so be it. But we've got about 5 minutes before we're Audi 5,000. $110 is where we're at. Let's see if we can get a miracle on ice. Liv, go get a couple ice cubes.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Join wimken.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at wimken.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
Ilhan Omar says something about the Somalia president, and I figured we should hear it. Is this treason? Not for an average American to say this, but considering that you work and represent the people of this country, American citizens, is this going too far? Take a listen. Olivia will go first, and then Leroy.
In caawa aan fursad u helay madaxweynaha Soomaaliya madaxweyne Xasan Sheikh Maxamuud inaan maanta ku soo dhaweyno Minneapolis aniga iyo madaxweynaha special relationship aan qabnaa aniga adeeraan ugu wacaa asigana gabarteeyu idhahaa.
So does her brother, by the way.
Madaxweyne
Dude, come on, Leroy. Stop sharing my brain.
sidii qof kasta uu u yiri mininkaaga waaye ku soo dhawow Minneapolis aad iyo aad aan ugu faraxsannahay in maanta madaxweynaheena aad tahay. Soomaaliya dadka meeshaan wada joogo dhan waa gurigooda annaga ma dareensannihin in ay naga tahay meel naga fog. Soomaaliya wadnaheenay ku nooshahay qalbigeennay ku jirtaa maalin kasta aan ka fikirnaa Soomaaliya.
So you won't call Donald Trump the president of the United States, but you will call the Somalian president our president? Who wants to go?
He's not your president, lady. And if you call him your president, go back to your country. And this is not his home. This is the United States. So
When you said that, there was a little twang in that voice.
If you think And my Texas comes out every once in a while. If you think that Somalia is so great and it's your home and you just love it to death, go back and leave us. Yes, I think she is a traitor. She's been a traitor many times. I don't like her. I never have. I think she's a horrible human being. And I have no idea how she is in Congress, and she shouldn't be. I mean, the fact that she's in government is just absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, she needs to go.
Let me ask you a question. Since Barack Obama and Joe Biden executed airstrikes in Somalia, drone strikes, if she wants that area of Minnesota to be Somalia 2.0, can we bomb that too? I mean, I'm just wondering, can we hit that with drone strikes? And will they be classified as a terrorist country like Somalia is? Because, bless you, sweetie. Go ahead, Leroy.
Well, and I'm thinking it would take that level of government overreach before that, dim bulb decides, oh, wait, the government has too much power. Like at some point.
Right.
It would take something.
I lost my grandma, my cousin, my uncle, my brother, and now the government has too much power.
Yeah. Welcome to our side, sweetheart. Listen, at some point. Oh,
thank you, Ashley Gleason. We appreciate you. Thanks, Ash.
Thank you very much.
At some point, she is going to have to start serving the people of Minnesota's 5th, district and not calling back to the motherland. Right. At what point is she going to start taking care of the people that live within the political boundaries for which she was elected, rather than calling back to this podunk country whose a great part of their economy still involves piracy operations? You call it, Ilhan. I mean, when are you going to get back to that? Right.
If your oppressor looks like a hostage negotiation for Al Qaeda and a message to the U.S. government, you might be doing it wrong. I'm just saying, Jeff Foxworthy made a very good living off, you might be a redneck. We should do, you might be a terrorist. And we can use Rashid Tlaib, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, and the rest of the squad to make you might be a terrorist joke.
That'd be funny.
I'm wondering why she didn't have her kafaya on her. I wonder if she was wearing her vest. Oh,
thank you,
Tina.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you, Tina. New toys for Ash.
That is amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And for that, you get a joke. You get, what would Donald Trump say addressing Ilhan Omar? Look at me. I am the captain now. See what I did there?
Yeah, I get it. Pirates. Yeah. We're gonna move on.
Okay. Yeah.
Join webkin.com, the social media platform built for free speech and true connection. No censorship, no algorithms controlling your feed, just genuine conversations and a commitment to protecting your rights. Sign up today at webkin.com and take back your voice. Tell them Matt and the Dumb Show sent you.
We just want to thank Barack Hussein Obama for making the Somalian area of Minnesota possible. We really appreciate it. I don't know why you just couldn't have drone strike those people. You already killed 286 Americans with your drone strikes. You couldn't have just taken out those refugees too? Really? You had to bring them here? Thanks, Obama. We really appreciate it. Overtime. Since we are not at goal and we're only $40 away because the people of the show are amazing and we need to hit that number, because damned a show that was this good tonight. I'll be damned if I'm going to
tell a joke.
Tell a joke as good as mine. The best jokes ever.
Go ahead, Liv. You get the joke tonight.
Okay. What do you call a bear with no ears?
A buh.
Damn it, you've heard it before.
I've never heard it before in my life. I've never heard it before in my life.
I read it in one of the books I read my kids I nanny for.
Yeah, I'm just like, Ear, E-A-R. Oh, bear, buh. Buh. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Yenny thinks so too. Oh, goodness me.
Are we doing jokes? Because
Yeah, do a joke. Do your Lady Gaga joke.
Hey, Leroy.
Yeah.
How does Lady Gaga like her sushi?
How?
Raw, 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 raw.
You know, the first thing with the moment you said sushi and it was Lady Gaga,
Oh,
I was
goodness.
called back to that mid-90s concert where she was wearing the meat dress.
Meat dress,
yeah.
right? Meat dress.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was the Grammys, I think, or the Oscars one year.
Whatever. It's all the same thing. Oh, donated Paul Rivera.
Thank you, Paul.
Has us. Ooh, tinnitus
For the
is kicking
win.
in. Hold on a second. Tinnitus is kicking in. I don't know why. You ever get that ringing in the ears?
I do.
Just randomly?
Yes. Yep.
Can't stand it.
I do.
All right. Trep. Hi, baby girl.
She's like.
Hi, pumpkin.
She hasn't gone up on her perch one time.
9 times.
Yep. She's been loving.
All right. So Travis Kelce was asked about Donald Trump.
You mean Mrs. Taylor Swift?
Mrs. Taylor Swift was asked about Donald Trump. And now this is a guy who's been very critical of Trump. And his brain, Taylor, tells him what to think, obviously, because she doesn't like Trump. This is what Travis had to say. It's almost like some celebrities starting to wake up. Listen.
That's awesome. It's a great honor. I think, no matter who the president is, I know I'm excited because it's the biggest game of my life, and having the president there, it's the best country in the world. So it'd be pretty cool.
It's the third biggest game of your life. And Taylor Swift just broke up with him. You just heard it right there.
Oh, yeah.
She broke up with him.
They
They're no
they
longer.
are cooked.
They're done.
Like his jersey, she cleared out the underwear drawer and threw dumped his toothpaste and brush in the toilet.
Or she's going to go on a sex strike.
I can't wait to hear her entire next album about this fucking presser.
I'm glad I didn't have your meathead baby.
I honestly didn't even know they were dating. Like, I wouldn't have even.
Oh, they've been together like a year and a half.
Because I don't
I
even
guess
call
you
any of
didn't-
that crap, and I couldn't pick Taylor Swift out of a fucking police lineup.
You haven't had a teenage daughter over the last 2 or 3 years. We happen to have one that was completely obsessed with her, and I don't think we could go at least 5 seconds without hearing the name Taylor Swift in our house for 2 years. So
The cat whisperer is putting her to sleep.
oh yeah, she's going out.
She's looking at mom. She's looking at mom.
She is done.
Listen, who cares? I care. I don't think you should bash. Okay, bye. That was fun. I don't think you should bash any president or anyone. Stay the fuck out of politics. I don't want it mixed with my sports.
Yep.
Remember when they used to put John 3:14 everywhere and it'd be hanging? I don't want any of that.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to see any of it. And the reason why is because I don't give you money for you to preach to me, because all of you guys are so freaking low IQ. You had to play football to make anything out of yourself. So I'm sorry, but I would much rather listen to people who are actually in it. You're multi-million-dollar meatheads who run around and get traumatic brain injury from beating the shit out of each other in a pussy league that doesn't even let you hit each other anymore, with refs who are designed to throw the game. It literally is becoming the WWF. This is why I watch hockey. Okay? This is why they took a guy, he was clocked at 24 miles an hour, hit another guy going 23 miles an hour. His head was in the 7th row. The other guy's jockstrap was in the 2nd row, and his leg had hit the freaking the jumbotron, and they still played.
And they finished the game.
The 2nd and 3rd part of the game, and scored a goal with an assist, and wrote a sonnet afterwards.
He got 3 points and 1 goal.
And then got to be booed by the fucking Canadians during the national anthem. Hey, Canada. Hey, Canada. You better stop fucking around. We play your national anthem in our barn. You play it in your barn. This is a tradition. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Booing
your
the
shit together,
national anthem.
seriously.
Booing America? Fuck you, Canada. And I didn't do it. I didn't put tariffs on your shit. But when you boo my national anthem, I have stood for the Canadian national anthem, and I don't put my hand over my heart because fuck you. You're Canada, and I'm an American. But I always respect your national anthem. I'll wipe my ass with your flag. Keep it up.
Yeah. Remember who shut down the pipelines, because that wasn't Trump, right?
Wasn't us.
Remember
I
who
didn't
your
do it.
loyalty should be, aimed at. We're the
and
ones
this isn't
buying all of your products, not the other way around.
Yeah, and good luck. Okay, you know what? If we just decide to stop buying trees from you, there's nobody on the planet who's going to pick up that contract. You guys are bankrupt in 2 seconds. You guys may think you have us by the balls. You don't. Okay? You don't. You want to know why? You want to know why Trump did what he did? Let me tell you why, Canada. And I'm not talking to my friends, my conservative friends, my Mel and JD and everybody and Thomas up north. No, not my friends. Not Jeff Ward and everybody else up there. Jeff doesn't come on the show much anymore, but he's up there. I love my Canadian people. I'm talking to the douchebag liberals. Do you want to know why Trump did this? So you would shut down oil, so he could declare a national emergency. An emergency drill in Alaska and off all the coasts. The moment that you did that, he could declare a national emergency, and that gives him executive power to go ahead and solve that problem as a national crisis. Fuck around and find out.
The U.S. has a $27 trillion GDP. Canada's $2 trillion. And that is the exact size of our nuts by comparison. So just,
So, and Thomas said, to be fair, Americans booed the national anthem after you did. You guys did it first. We don't fuck around. We don't play with that. Like, we don't. And Thomas, I'm not want to get in a war with my Canadian friends. I'm letting you know it was reciprocal. We did it because you did it. We didn't boo Canada. We love Canada. Americans have no problem with Canada. We think you guys should float. We think you should stop bragging about universal health care and pay for your own fucking military. That's what we think you should do.
But Trudeau sucks nuts.
And listen to what I just said. Without the United States, your budget for military would go up about 700%. And you wouldn't have universal free health care anymore because there's not enough to tax the people in that country. We love you. We care about you. Bobby Richardson, 20646. Holy shit. You know what and why. Welcome to the dumb family, Ash. I love you all. Thank you, Bobby, so much.
Thank you, Bobby.
Bobby, that's amazing. Canada, I love Canada. I really, really do. And I've never been, and I want to. My goal one day is to go see a hockey game in Canada, if you guys still have it. Really excited for that. I would love to go to a Bryan Adams concert, and I would love to go see Deadpool. And I'd like to go have some clearly Canadian boysenberry.
See Celine Dion.
I'd like to go see Celine Dion. All of these things. But
Michael J. Fox is a treasure. Yeah.
Yeah, I would want a milkshake, and I'd can it to Michael.
I didn't know he was Canadian.
Yeah.
Really?
He doesn't either at this point. So the thing that I just want to make it clear. Trump is doing this for you. And I know you don't understand that. But he wants Trudeau on record. And the one thing they did not have was a timeline commitment. Now they got 30 days. You've got his replacement in March. And according August, I believe, for the federal election. This is going to weaken the Democratic Party even more. If he can get Canadians to rise up against Trudeau and rise up against the populist party, the globalists, it's going to have shockwaves in this election because this is what they did in America. They focused and pointed out the ineffectual leadership in government, and America turned on the liberals. I'm telling you now, he's trying to do the exact same thing. They have a recipe for success. This election should not have happened. I love all my Canadians. We want to see you be rich. We want to see you robust and happy and fat on maple syrup and Canadian whiskey. We want you to go ahead and ride your Mounties into the sunset on their chestnut, beautiful skin and their giant hats and blouses of crimson. But don't boo us, because then we won't feel that way anymore. and then we're going to get pissed. They've censored this show in Canada. They've censored you. They ran horses over you when you protested. They took your money for the truckers.
They arrested you if you had anyone but who lived in your house,
They've taken your guns.
And they took your money. They put all of those truckers who were protesting, they froze their financial assets. They froze them so that you couldn't get gas. So that if you're a political enemy of the state, guess what? They will ruin your life.
So when we sing the Canadian national anthem, we would like to continue to say, "Oh, Canada" versus "Oh, Canada." So let's not have the latter. Let's have the first one so we can stand up in unity as North Americans and celebrate our uniqueness. And if you get too froggy, we will literally kick your fucking ass off this planet, okay? I'm sorry. I don't mean to threaten. I'm just saying, don't disrespect our flag and our national anthem. Good way to lose American sentiment in Canada.
Yes.
Leroy, give us first of all, Bobby and everyone who donated. Tina, huge donation. Liv, who am I missing?
You thanked everybody.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. It's an incredible... Oh, Carney is a WEF and is looking for an excuse to call a national emergency, so the decision gets overturned. Trudeau calling us unconstitutional. Carney will have the green light to call one, and then we are fucked. Well, that's when you call us, and we'll come up there. And we'll help you. You know what? I'll start broadcasting all over Canada. Start sharing all the Canadian social media platforms and all the channels up there. Whatever. I'll start broadcasting. We'll do free Canada once night a week. Leroy, give us your minute. Then Olivia, then me.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great show. We talked a lot tonight. We first touched on tariffs. Then we moved into the executive order of, men and women's sports. That moved on to people with guns who are shooting dogs and torture of dogs, thanks to Fauci and his friends. Big thank you to Bobby Richardson. Oh my God. Thank you to everyone who's donated. But Bobby, that is, not
big
the
number.
Not the Nazi salute, but my heart goes out to you, dear.
See, Mel says that's why I have a squatter fund. See, Mel can piss all over the national anthem anytime she wants because she has an open investment into this show. The same with Bobby. Bobby's like, I'm going to wear an American flag diaper. I'm like, go for it, sister. Just make it happen. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Leroy,
in conclusion, I would say that if you do feel emotional and you feel like you need to lash out, just don't do it on film, and don't do it with sharp objects in the room or guns or anything like that.
Or with your baby daughter.
Cry into your pillow and just let it go. And then come back to the fight, especially if you want to be a real conservative. If you really do want to kind of join our movement, which is one of individuality. So it's not really joining anything. We're just teaching you how to be yourself. Other than that, everyone have a great night.
Bobby says she still needs a pole dance from you, Leroy.
Pole dance from Leroy.
I am all in. Oh, that's not a pole. That's a meat pole.
So can I say I talked to Bobby on the phone today, and I think she likes me a lot more than you. I'm just gonna let you know.
Shocker.
USAID, by the way, is calling that 10,000 employees are going to be laid off and are sending out warnings. They're losing their jobs overnight. Now, I don't like that people are losing their jobs. That sucks. No. That's horrible. Wait, why can't I? Hold on. Come on. I want to let me do this. There it is. Losing their jobs overnight. That sucks. That's horrible. But I figured I'd let you know. Also, remember when I told you like 2 nights ago that 20,000 people had signed on to take the work furlough and for 8 months would receive separation, 20,000? It's now 60,000. Yep. That's 40,000 in 72 hours. People are quitting the government in droves, and thank God. I've never seen a fascist reduce the size of government. I just thought I'd let you know. Annie Putman, thank you for the donation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Annie.
Your final minute, Libby.
Did you just say Amy, your final minute?
No, I said Amy and then Olivia, your final minute. That's what I said.
Got it.
Go play back the tape. Don't. I didn't.
I'm not saying anything.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
I'm just.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You know.
Sorry.
But-
Sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Done?
Yeah. Are you?
You done? Yeah, you done?
Okay, I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm done.
Positive?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, go. Yeah, I'm done. I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Okay, go. Sorry.
You sure?
Yes, go. I'm serious. I'm done.
All right. Well.
Liv. Listen, we're on live. You might want.
Okay. How about fuck you, Leah Thomas. Fuck you, Fauci, and fuck you too. Is that good?
You will be later, for sure. Listen, I want to thank everybody. Please go stop by thedumbshow.com. Even though we didn't use it tonight, we'd use it all the time, which is our Constitution of the United States. This book is awesome. You get to go ahead and look through all of it while we do our show. You can get the smaller version with the Documents of Freedom, but this book is 9x6. It's gold inlay. It's full leather, 144 pages. It is. It has a full purple, it's like dark blue inlay with a full autobiography, or biographies, of all the framers, all amendments, Constitution. It's a one-stop shop for freedom with a spine. Folks, thanks for watching. I love how Matt reverts to a 12-year-old.
It's common. This is not just on the show. It happens quite often.
Boobies. Yeah.
So does Leroy. Fabluken.
Fabluken. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. Hey, when are we on tomorrow? Wait. When are we on to next, Liv?
We are on. Well, Yenny's ass is on now, but we are on tomorrow at 7.
Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, it's going to be myself, Amy, and Olivia.
I don't know if Amy's on.
Amy said she's going to be on.
Okay, Amy's.
Damani will be on sometime in the next couple days, weeks. We're not sure. He's totally down. And we love you. Leroy, can't wait to see you, buddy. It's coming soon to a theater near us.
I'll bring the lube.
Yeah, Amy and I got to go shopping.
Shopping?
Yeah,
I gotta find it. I was looking through my suits. I have a bunch of black 3-piecers, and they all look nice. But then, like a darker blue one,
we don't want darker blue. I said not blue. I said navy, dark, just black. Black. That's easier. Black, not dark blue. Black.
Well, nonetheless,
navy's.
I'm trying
black.
to figure that out. Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
your dress blues.
I can't wait.
Your dress blues aren't blue. You know this. They're black.
I wasn't gonna wear those, but yeah.
No, but you're gonna just wear black. Just get a black suit because I'm not gonna wear a navy suit. It's gonna be black. So just get a black suit.
Well, I have a black suit, so.
You know what?
All right,
the way the girls are dressed, you have a tux, right?
No, I don't have a tux.
Okay. Well, I might. Okay. We're good. We got everything we need. Just get yourself a black suit because that's what we're going to do.
Red tie, black suit.
Red tie, black suit. Fair?
I am down with that. I love that idea.
We still have to discuss the T-shirts or our.
Yeah. I'll come up with that in the last minute. And then, like, the ladies are like, this is what they're thinking of. Like ball gown style. So
we got to find some place that we can actually go try.
Yeah, we're not going to break the bank on this, right? I mean, come on, seriously.
No, I mean it's going to be $200 for a dress and shoes.
Well, I don't care about that's fine. We can swing that, but let's try to keep it reasonable. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is there a curtain we can go ahead and we can go to Jill Biden's and get her curtains. I'm sure that'll. Okay, we're leaving. Good night, everybody. See ya Friday.
Night,
bye. See ya.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.